Hello, this is Eli Encrot, and I will be presenting one of the most useful features of the FastGraphs research tool, the portfolio building function. Both the premium and basic subscriber have access to this tool. However, the basic subscriber is limited to creating a maximum of 3 portfolios. On the other hand, the premium subscriber can create an unlimited number of portfolios and also has access to 16 preloaded portfolios. The emphasis of this demonstration will be on creating permanent portfolios. However, I would also like to note that it is possible to create temporary portfolios as well. Temporary portfolios are easy to build, but are also easily erased, and will automatically disappear once the user has logged out of the program. Keep in mind that for the purpose of this demo, I will only show the premium version of FastGraphs. In order to create a temporary portfolio, all the user has to do is type the symbols into the ticker box, separated by either a space or a comma. As an example, I will use MCD, J&J, and KO. Once all the symbols have been typed into the ticker box, simply hit the Go button to create the temporary portfolio. Once the temporary portfolio is created, there is a drop-down menu that will allow you to access each of the companies individually. Alternatively, you can scroll through the companies by clicking the black arrow. To remove the portfolio, you click on the red X, where it will prompt you to make sure that you want to remove the list. If you are sure, just hit OK, and the portfolio list will disappear. You are now back to your traditional FastGraphs default page. Finally, you can also go directly to the portfolio review section when using a temporary portfolio. Simply click the green button with the capital R. This will take the user directly to the portfolio review section for the companies that you inputted into a temporary portfolio. From here you can review the companies together on a variety of different metrics. This will be covered in more detail as we walk through the permanent portfolio feature. The user can create a permanent portfolio by clicking the portfolio button above where you would enter ticker symbols. Unlike temporary portfolios, these portfolios can be kept and maintained for as long as the subscriber wishes. Permanent portfolios are quick and easy to build, and the appropriate fundamental data points can be manipulated and organized to the user's liking. As previously mentioned, the premium subscriber has access to these 16 preloaded portfolios and can create an unlimited number of additional portfolios. The basic subscriber can create a maximum of 3 portfolios and will not have access to the preloaded portfolios. To create a new portfolio, simply click in the Enter New Portfolio Name Here box to name your portfolio. As an example, I have named a portfolio Example. Then hit Add or Edit and a new portfolio will be created. This will take you to the Edit Portfolio Ticker Symbol list where you can enter or paste stock symbols. As an example, I will create a portfolio with the following tickers: KO, J&J, MCD, Walgreens, and Walmart. Click Update and your portfolio will be created. Note that because Standard & Poor's Capital IQ is a global database, it is possible some tickers are listed on multiple exchanges. Thus, you might have to indicate which company you are referring to. To accomplish this, simply click the Edit Tickers button for the selected portfolio. This will take you back to the Edit Portfolio Ticker Symbol list page. Now you can click the Add Exchange button, and the available exchanges will be displayed. In this case, note that J&J, KO, MCD, and WAG are only listed on the New York Stock Exchange, but WMT is listed twice. Thus, it is necessary to choose the one you are referring to by deleting the unwanted symbol. Now click the Update button, and your portfolio will have the proper symbols. To add or delete ticker symbols from a portfolio, click the Edit Tickers button, make your changes, and click Update. To delete a portfolio, click on the Edit Tickers button, delete all the symbols, click Update, and your portfolio will be deleted. Once you have created a portfolio, there are 6 buttons next to each created portfolio. The first 3 stand for Total Return, Dividend Yield, and Alphabetical. Each one will take you to the portfolio review section. The 4th button, Graph, will take you back to the FastGraphs default page, and you will now have the same functionality with the drop-down menu and the ability to scroll through the portfolio's holdings as I demonstrated with the temporary portfolio. The 5th button is the Edit Tickers button, which I just explained. Finally, the last button stands for Edit, Buy, or Sell. This allows the user to put buy or sell dots directly onto the FastGraphs. To get into the portfolio review, you can click any one of the first 3 buttons. For instance, I will click Alpha, which will arrange my created portfolio into alphabetical order. The subscriber can manipulate the portfolio review in many ways. First, notice that you have the same earnings and time frame options as on the main FastGraphs page. Additionally, the subscriber can organize the review by any one of a variety of different methods, like total return, dividend yield, or EPS yield order. Here we see that the portfolio is organized alphabetically by tickers, as we clicked on the Alpha button to get into the review. By clicking the Select Headings for Report Below button, a set of drop-down windows are created which allows the user to change the order of whatever function they want to use, or they can completely eliminate them by simply turning any of them to 0. For example, we could turn off long-term debt to capital by selecting 0, and hitting Regenerate Portfolio Review. We can see that the debt to capital ratio has now been removed from the table. To choose a specific order for each data point, simply click the drop-down windows and pick what spot you want this function to show up in. Once you're satisfied with the number and order of each item, simply click the button Regenerate Portfolio Review. To get back into the graphing function, all the user has to do is hit the graphing button up here on the top, and it takes you back. Alternatively, you can also click on the company's ticker and it will take you to that company's FastGraphs page. Perhaps the best feature of the portfolio function of the FastGraphs research tool is the ability to manage your own portfolio with more transparency and perhaps clarity than ever before. By simply clicking on the Edit Buy Sell button, you will be able to input buys and sells on any stocks that you own in your portfolio. Simply put B or S for buy or sell, the trade date, the number of shares, and either total amount or per share amount. You can leave one of the last two columns blank, as FastGraphs will automatically calculate the missing data. Once you click Update, this information will be saved into your portfolio. For efficiency's sake, I have already inputted a buy and sell for McDonald's. Additionally, if you have your buy or sell data available in Excel format, you can simply copy and paste the information into this box, and it will automatically populate. Note that the order of the data must be the same as the headings that we see above. A tutorial on how to do this will be attached to this video. By clicking on the Go Back to Portfolios button, we can go back to our portfolios. Now let's look at the buy-sell dots that I have created with the buy and sell list by simply clicking on the Graph button. This will take us into our portfolio in the FastGraphs section. Once you are back into the default FastGraphs page, you can use this drop-down menu to select the ticker that you want to view. We can now see the buy and sell dots that we inputted. For example, this green dot shows that you bought 100 shares for $5,330 on April 30th of 2009. This red dot shows that there were 50 shares sold for $4,937 on June 17th of 2013. There are two things to note here. First, the gold line represents your cost basis. This will show up on both the historical graph and on the estimated earnings and return calculator. Additionally, in the upper left-hand side of the historical earnings and price correlated chart, there is a summary box. By scrolling over this box, it will give you a summary of your buys and sells. For instance, it shows you bought 100 shares for $5,330, you sold 50 shares for $4,937, and there's still 50 shares remaining that are now worth $4,939. You can add a new buy or sell to your portfolio in the same manner as this video has described. For instance, let's say you wanted to add a Visa purchase to your portfolio. First, you would add a new name to the portfolio. Click the Portfolio button, select Edit Tickers, and you can add your symbol. For Visa, I will type in V, and I can then hit Add Exchange to see if multiple tickers exist. In this case, V is the only symbol listed on the New York Stock Exchange. I can click Update, and Visa has been added to my portfolio. Notice that there's now 6 companies in this portfolio. To add a buy or sell decision, I hit the Edit Buy Sell button. For illustrative purposes, let's say I bought 25 shares of Visa on December 10th of 2013 for a price of $199.43. I would enter B for buy, the trade date, which is 12/10/2013, the number of shares, and either the total amount or the per share amount, in this case $199.43. I would then click Update, and the Visa purchase is now included in your portfolio. By going back to Portfolios, we can use the Graph button to get back to the default FastGraphs page. Here I can use the drop-down menu, select Visa, hit Go, and we can see that we've added the purchase decision to the FastGraphs default page. The FastGraphs Portfolio Research tool brings a level of transparency and clarity to portfolio management like no other tool that we have seen before. This is the 5th demonstration video. There will be numerous tutorials that will go deeper into all of the demos, including this one.